show you how to make the pineapple coaster. You do have written instructions in your booklet, and so let's get started. The setup is the same for all the coasters. You're going to first hoop some no-show mesh stabilizer. Then you're going to put the thread color, the first thread color in your stitch out instructions into the machine and the bobbin. And then you'll start your machine and it will stitch a square. Once the square has stitched, place a piece of the batting inside the squares, not squares, and then place your background fabric over the batting, and then tape it in place. You might find that it's easier to put the batting and the backing down at the same time. When you tape it in place, just tape the very outer edge of the corner so that the needle doesn't stitch through the tape, and then start your machine, and it should tack the fabric and the batting onto your stabilizer. All the decorative features on the top of your coasters. The first will be the pineapple and the 4 little balls that go around the pineapple. I can show you here on the everything gold is going to stitch next. The next thing that's going to stitch out will be the green leaves on top of the pineapple and the green border around the outside edge. The next thing that takes place is the quilting. As you can see, there's not much room for quilting, so it's a simple meander. And I'm going to use black thread just to match my background, and I'm going to put black in the bobbin. Alright, now we're going to put the back on the coaster. And you're going to take the 6.5 by 5.5 piece of fabric, and this would be the 6.5 inch direction, and you're just going to fold it in half. So now it's 5.5 by 3.25, and the folded edge is going to go toward the middle of the coaster, and the raw edges will be around the edge of the coaster. And I want you to tape that in place, try and keep your tape out of that 1/4 inch seam. Alright, so once you've taped everything in place, go ahead and put one in the middle too, just to hold it down. We're going to take it over to the machine, and the machine's going to start here and go this way and then come down and tack that in place. Alright, it tacked it down. I forgot to turn the camera on to record, so it will record it. Sorry about that, but we'll get it the second time. And it did do that. It started in the middle, it went up, came back, down, and then came back. So you don't have to worry about things, fabric flipping over. Okay, then I'm going to take the second piece. Again, it's 6.5 inches this way, 5.5 that way. I'm going to fold it in half, put the fold in the middle, line up all the raw edges, and then tape them down. I'm going to try to keep within that 1/4 inch so I don't have to take stitching out of tape. A little fuzz there. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing. It's going to start here, and I think it goes up and then down and then down and then over. So let's take it to the machine. Alright, I got the camera turned on. Yay! And let's start this. And there's your coaster. Isn't it beautiful? No, I'm joking with you. You need to remove it from the hoop and then take this over to your cutting mat and trim away all this extra no-show mesh stabilizer and or poly mesh stabilizer. And then I want you to clip your corners, and then we'll turn it right side out and I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, I've cut it out. That's kind of what it looks like. Now I'm just going to turn it right side out through the back envelope backing. That's why they call it an envelope backing. It's real easy to flip things around. And I'm going to take the chopstick that I have and I'm going to poke the corners out really nice. And then I'm going to go press it, and I've got a cute coaster. There you go.